Hi, Devdutt. Austin here. Question about Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga or devotional yoga has become very popular in the States, but sometimes when I encounter it, it feels very Catholic to me. Um, I wanted to know historically more about the tradition of Bhakti Yoga. When do we start to see it appear historically? And does it always relate to Krishna Bhakti? So we'd love to hear what you have to say about that.
So Bhakti Yoga has become popular in the US because of ISKCON primarily. It's ISKCON which has made it popular, and ISKCON is very strongly influenced by Christianity. Where even if they deny it, the language used in ISKCON is very. If you go to the new headquarters which is being built in Bengal by ISKCON, if you see the artwork, it looks like the Vatican. The blue dome, the frescoes, the murals, because a lot of white people have entered it, and whether you like it or not, you will bring your culture into it. You can't take away your culture. So it's a complex mix of Bengali ideas and white ideas. Remember, in Hinduism, you can't convert your caste, you can't become a Brahmin. But in ISKCON, you can just join and become a Brahmin. And in Hindus, they don't allow you to do that. I can't change my caste. I have a particular caste. But in ISKCON, you just join the ISKCON and the Guru does 10 things with you, and suddenly white people are wearing the Janayu, which is a very ISKCON thing. It's not a Hindu thing. Hindus don't. Even ISKCON identifies itself as Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, which is associated with basically Kirtan. This mode of worship started in the 15th, 16th century, which basically meant singing and dancing in public in praise of the Lord. And this hand holding in this particular way and praying this way sounds very Christian also. So you see this ritual of holding the hands up. They'll say we're doing it to show we are surrendering to the Lord. So the language of Krishna Bhakti, the way it is articulated, especially in ISKCON scriptures, is very, very aligned with Christianity. Although they'll keep denying it. Early in the 70s, they would also write about how Christ and Krishna mean the same. One is a shepherd, the other is a cowherd. But the fact is, Krishna is associated with Radhas and Gopikas. And then they say Christ was associated with Mary and Mother Mary, and he was very friendly with women. And we have denied that history. I mean, everybody can connect anything if you want. But the point is, yes, Bhakti Yoga is in the West is seen with ISKCON. Ram is more political, it's Hindutva, it's right wing. Unfortunate, but Bhakti is basically emotional connect. I can connect with the divine through emotions. And that's why Hindi films are so melodramatic. Emotions matter a lot. Even storytelling in India values rasa and bhava, which is sensory and emotional techniques to connect with each other. So so you can connect with God as if God is your friend. That's called sakha bhav, or as a lover, madhurya bhav, or as a parent, vatsalya bhav, or as a master servant, dasa bhav. So different ways and emotions to connect with God. So you use emotions to connect with a larger narrative. And by God, it could mean God out there, it can mean God in every human being, because we are doing namaste to everyone, because there's God located everywhere. Your connection with plants, your connection with animals, we connect with animals emotionally. So emotional connection is Bhakti Yoga. Unfortunately, Bhakti Yoga, while it can calm you down, it will not give you take away of the creaky joints. For that, you have to do a little bit of asanas and pranayam. So Bhakti Yoga is great, and yeah, it very clearly, easily aligns itself with Christianity, with Islam. The idea of Sharanagati, submission. So it allows itself. So it becomes very international in its language because people are familiar with Christianity and Islam. But you will not see Christians looking at Jesus' image and feeding Jesus and decorating him with clothes and putting him in a cradle and dancing with him, and you can even spank him, shout at him. You don't find this relationship in a church with Jesus Christ. That's just not going to happen. You don't see this in Islam. You don't talk about Allah in romantic terms. Sufis do it, and they're considered to be heretics. But by romantic terms, it's physical descriptions. You're talking about the body, you're talking about desire. When you read Gita Govind, where Krishna and Radha's relationship is very, very erotic, sensual, emotional. So that's Bhakti Yoga. But the intellectual side is Jnana Yoga. And you can't have Bhakti Yoga without, if you ask someone like me, I will argue it's a Venn diagram. And the Ikigai circles, where you have to reach the center. In the central place, there emotional connect, intellectual connect, physical connect, social connect, all this have to come together. You can't separate one from the other. Right? You can be a great Bhakti Yoga but hate humanity and be a really creepy person. Then Bhakti Yoga has not worked for you. It gives you some benefit personally, makes you feel good about yourself, and you're only talking to some imaginary God without talking to people. Without accessing it, you have to access in Hinduism either through people or through plants or through animals or through objects. You cannot approach the divine because the divine is always seen as embodied. So, Dehi, Shariri, Avatari, that which is embedded in things. So, that is important, connecting with the world around you.
So if you're looking for more information about yoga and yoga mythology, pick up Devdutt Panayak's book, Yoga Mythology in 64 Asanas and Their Stories. This is a great resource for yoga teachers. We use this book as one of our resources in the Urban Sadhu Yoga teacher training. And also, you can check out Amazon and see all of the other list of really terrific books that Devdutt has written over the years that might apply to your yoga teachings.